Hey guys, welcome to episode 38 of my Dragon Age Origins Let's Play. We made it to Haven last episode. We've killed quite a few of the villagers, as you can see there. And we made it up the village to the Chantry, where I am sure more lie within. So without further ado, let's continue. Without further ado.
We are blessed beyond measure. We are chosen by the holy and beloved to be her guardians. This sacred duty is given to us alone. Rejoice, my brethren, and prepare your hearts to receive her. Lift up your voices and despair not, for she will raise her faithful servants to glory when her... Ah, welcome. I heard we had a visitor wandering about the village. I trust you've enjoyed your time in Haven so far?
Yeah. Yeah, enough. Well past pretended this village is normal.
Perhaps. But staying hidden means staying protected. And we must protect Haven and our charges at all costs. We don't owe you any explanations for our actions. We have a sacred duty. Failure to protect her would be a greater sin. All will be forgiven.
Oh, whoa. Okay. Not even a chance to talk about it, but then again, would not want to talk about because... Yep, so... Cultist medallion. Oh, guard. Other guard. Anything else? Well, that's a clearly secret doorway over there. Brick wall, huh? So let's head here first. Inscribed chest. A ring of faith and a small silver bar. That one's locked, Liliana, my dear. A rune. So let's go over to that suspiciously blue wall. Suspiciously blue brick wall. Oh my gosh, what a surprise. Hey dude, I'll talk to you in a second.
Of course.
I'll take some arrows. Is there anything else interesting? Oh, is he dead? I thought he was sat down.
They sent you to finish it.
I'm Sylvi. I'm here to help you.
You don't know how glad I am to see someone who isn't from this village. The leg's not doing so well, and I can't feel my foot.
Wayne, can you help?
I can set the leg and ease some of the pain, but he'll need a lot of rest in order to heal.
I don't have time to rest now. I'm so close. The urn is just up that mountain.
I need to find the ashes. Our Eamon is getting sicker by the day.
The Arl is sick. Will he live?
No, that's why I'm coming for the... That's why I'm coming for the urn of sacred ashes. I kept wanting to say Arl when I said urn. Eamon. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Arl was poisoned under Logade's orders.
Politics never did anyone any
Nope.
good. The Arl is a noble soul, but the ashes will surely cure him. Haven lies in the shadow of the mountain that holds the urn. There is an old temple there built to protect it. The door is always locked, but I know what the key is. Ivric wears a medallion that opens the temple door. I've seen what he does with it.
This medallion?
Yes, that is your key. Take me to the mountainside and I will show you.
Are you sure you can make the journey?
It is not that far, and will you let me lean on you? For the urn, any pain is worth enduring.
Could you answer some questions for me first?
All right. What is on your mind?
Do you know about the knights who were sent to look for you?
Yes, of course. How could I forget? Eirik said they were ambushed, some killed, a few brought back to Haven to be questioned. He was so self-righteous about it, so smug. He seemed pleased that he had tortured and murdered these men.
Well, Irik's not going to be bothering anyone else for a while. What does for a while mean? That we killed him.
Good. Eirik and his fellows were a blemish in the Maker's sight. If the Maker would even deign to look upon this world, that is. Let's just talk about something else now, shall we?
Haven is a little odd, isn't it?
Well, it wasn't exactly what I expected it to be.
What do you know about Haven and its people?
They call themselves the Disciples of Andraste. They are very, very devoted. One could say fanatically so. They must be here to protect the urn, but they speak of Andraste as though she was still alive.
They must be talking about the urn, maybe?
I thought so at first, but I'm not so sure anymore. Was there something else you wanted to discuss?
Why does Haven have revered fathers?
I do not know. When the chantry was established, it was decided that only female priests would ever be ordained. It is possible that the villagers, the disciples of Andraste, predate the chantry and so have no knowledge of the chantry's rules.
Oh, you know, it's a cult. And he wanted to be the cult leader, so he was like, I'm father? How did you find out about Haven?
Pure luck. I wasn't even looking for any village. I had always assumed that the temple that housed the urn would be lost to time and abandoned. It took years of study to narrow down its location to this range of mountains. Then, completely by accident, I came across an unrelated document that mentioned a village called Haven.
What sort of document?
It was a 100-year-old log of the Denerim Chantry's business transactions.
Go on.
In it was an account of a dwarven trader who had failed to transport goods from Orzammar that had already been paid for. There was a blizzard, and his caravan was turned off the path. They eventually came across a small human village that was not on any map. The trader tried to gain entry to take shelter from the storm. Unfortunately, they were turned away and had to take refuge in a cave. When he woke up that next morning, everyone and everything was gone. He managed to find the road again and made it to Denerim, but he never saw the caravan again.
So, Haven has been here for at least 100 years.
Yes, and probably even longer. It became clear from the dwarf's story that this village would be near the temple, and it occurred to me that they might know something about the urn, and I decided to find the village myself. And that's how this trouble started.
Well, in your story, didn't the people just steal things? So why would you trust them? How did you end up here specifically then?
I was looking for answers. I thought the villagers would know something about the urn. I was right. They do. They're just not willing to share it with outsiders. When I mentioned the urn, Eirik assured me he would take me to the temple.
See, that's why I
morning.
did not mention
He
the
said
urn.
the room had been prepared for me. I didn't realize it would be this charming place.
What do you think they were going to do with you?
They seemed intent on finding out personal information about me, where I grew up, things like that.
Yeah, they were planning to place a fake Genitivi in Denerim.
How do you know?
There was an imposter Wayland at your house.
An imposter? What happened to the real Wayland?
I found his body stuffed in a box. That's a bit too morbid. Let's just say I'm sorry, but he's dead.
Oh, poor Waylon. I should never have dragged you into this.
Was he even in a box? I'm sure he was just lying on the floor. I am sorry, brother.
He believed in me, even when I lost faith in myself. I will honor his memory. Was there something else you wanted to say?
I am ready to leave for the temple if you are, then.
Ah, good. Help me up here. I'll try not to slow us down.
I'd say Wynn should probably be the one to, like, help him. Well, maybe Alistair. He could probably put him on his back. Or we could wait, like, a couple of days for him to rest and heal. And then head up the mountain. Oh, we've got an updated codex. Okay. So he appears to have been right about the trail of the urn. The final resting place of Andraste lay at the summit of a remote mountain. Okay. What does my quest say? We need to find the urn. You found Brother Genitivi. The villagers of Haven captured him when he arrived in search of the urn. He has determined the urn's location to be in the mountains nearby, held within an old temple built to protect it. Okay. Where'd he go? Oh, there you are. I was just about to say, where did you go?
Here we are. Give me the medallion, and let's see if I remember. Yes, you see, it can be manipulated, just like this. And there. A key to open the way.
How did you know to do that? They never took you up the mountain.
There are very few keys like this left in the world, but I have seen some. When you find the right combination, it just feels right. It is hard to explain. Now, let's see if we can open this door. There should be a place to insert this.
Well, that looks welcoming. Is that still outside?
Oh, what I would give to have seen this hall in all its splendor, as it was meant to be. Still, sweep away the ice and the snow, and traces of beauty remain.
Yeah, you need to stay alert now, brother.
I'm sorry, what? I was a little distracted, I apologize. These carvings were created just after Andraste's death, and they may reveal things about her life that we do not yet know. I think I need more time to study these statues and carvings.
That might keep you out of trouble for a bit.
I could not keep up with you with my injuries. I should be safe.
Don't
I don't
jinx
think there
us.
are any villagers here. Go. I will be all right. Perhaps my destiny was only to lead you to the urn.
Is there anything else I need to know about the temple?
It was designed to protect the urn from those who would steal it or do harm to it, namely the Tevinter Imperium.
What sort of dangers are we talking about here?
I'm not sure. The legends were never very specific on that point. Only the faithful shall lay eyes on the sacred ashes. Death and misfortune await the unbeliever. The Maker's gaze has fallen on Andraste's final resting place. He weeps for his beloved, and his wrath at her betrayers endures.
So it's the wrath of the Maker that strikes men down?
That is what the legend says, and the Maker may indeed watch this place. Read between the lines, however, and you'll understand that it is merely a simple truth draped in hyperbole and metaphor. After all, no one wants to hear Willie toiled for many a year to perfect the curious mechanisms that would send a sharp spike up the arse of the unwary intruder.
That sounds pleasant.
I think my decision to stay here was the best one, don't you?
Definitely. I will be back soon.
I'll be right here if you need me. You're back. Have you reached
what?
the urn?
No. No, that wasn't even a cut. That was like, what? There are people in there making things difficult, are there? What? There was no cut there. There was like one pause and then another, and it was just, no, not yet. That was weird. And it gave away the fact that there are probably going to be people in the temple.
Breath. Look at it all.
Okay, so what's in this book? Andraste, Bride of the Maker. There was once a tiny fishing village on the waking sea that was set upon by the Tevinter Imperium, which enslaved the villagers to be sold in the markets of Minrathos, leaving behind only the old and the infirm. One of the captives was the child Andraste. She was raised in slavery in a foreign land. She escaped, then made the long and treacherous journey back to her homeland alone. She rose from nothing to be the wife of an Alamari warlord. Each day she sang to the gods, asking them to help her people who remained slaves in Tevinter. The false gods of the mountains and the winds did not answer her, but the true God did. The Maker spoke. He showed her all the works of his hands, the Fade, the world, and all the creatures therein. He showed her how men had forgotten him, lavishing devotion upon mute idols and demons, and how he had left them to their fate. But her voice had reached him, and so captivated him that he offered her a place at his side, that she might rule all of creation. But Andraste would not forsake her people. She begged the Maker to return, to save his children from the cruelty of the Imperium. Reluctantly, the Maker agreed to give man another chance. Andraste went back to her husband, Mafarath, and told him all that the Maker had revealed to her. Together they rallied the Alamari and marched forth against the mage lords of the Imperium, and the Maker was with them. The Maker's sworn sword was creation itself, fire and flood, famine and earthquake. Everywhere they went, Andraste sang to the people of the Maker, and they heard her. The ranks of Andraste's followers grew until they were a vast tide, washing over the Imperium. And when Mafrath saw that the people loved Andraste, and not him, a worm grew within his heart, gnawing upon it. At last, the armies of Andraste and Mafrath stood before the very great gates of Miranthos, but Andraste was not with them. For Mafrath had schemed in secret to hand Andraste over to Tevinter. For this, the Archon would give Mafrath all the lands of the south of the Waking Sea. And so, before all the armies of the Alamari and of Tevinter, Andraste was tied to a stake and burned, while her earthly husband turned his armies aside and did nothing, for his heart had been devoured. But as he watched the pyre, the Archon softened. He took pity on Andraste and drew his sword, and granted her the mercy of a quick death. The Maker wept for his beloved, cursed Mafrath, cursed mankind for their betrayal, and turned once again from creation, taking only Andraste with him, and Our Lady sits still at his side, where she still urges him to take pity on his children. From the Sermons of Justinia II. Okay. So, let's see what's down here. Oh, there's an adventure, that's not good. With a sealed letter. Quest Unbound. Something is working behind the scenes in Ferelden. The notes you have acquired from dead or terrified adventurers point to an ancient evil, or at least an ancient man, telling stories of ancient evil. You have cause to speak with Vilm Madon, who lives somewhere in Denerim. Okay. I don't know which one is the new one. The riders follow after every town, ever since my lucky break deciphering the story. I see it now, how they take the locals closest to me, preventing rest or kinship. I thought this a road to glory, but I am dogged at every step by his talons. Gax Khan cursed his name and the day I heard it. Journal excerpt from a long Unnamed, long-dead adventurer. You asked, so I'm telling. Don't go. The stories talk of riches, but never the names. Never where they supposedly spent their worth. I heard the same tales as a lad in Denham. Felt the same pull, but it's a lie, son. They may paint a trail, but once you're on it, does it lead to the beast or back to you? Unsigned letter, father to son. 3 weathered parchments with 3 versions of the same incomplete story. Excerpt, and when his kingdom fell, so disappeared the stolen riches of an age. The beast, the unbound, dormant until one of the true spirit claims his throne, so must haunt the hero of his people, the principal who would search for an ancient evil. This is how they can make a real difference. Scribbled in the corner in a shaky hand, 3 pages, 3 ages, same story updated, same as the tavern song, but older. Signature torn on purpose, but compare and get Vil Madon. All from him? How? That's interesting. Hey guys, how's it hanging? Yeah, it still feels like bullying them. What is that? A long stick to poke candles, to light candles. That's okay. Because like one guy didn't even have a weapon, he was just punching us. You come to us, not the other way around. Yep, couldn't get it. Get back here, dude. Okay. Feels a lot better when they can fight back with actual weapons.
And I'm off.
So what's up there? The main hall. Let's go back down the steps and turn this way. Maybe. Yeah. There's absolutely nothing there. Let's go into this room. It's locked.
Where's the tavern?
I don't think there's any tavern here. There was none in the village. Hello?
I don't suppose anyone would mind if I borrowed a book or two.
No, I'm sure they wouldn't. Ancient encrypted scrolls. New quest, forgotten verses. Find someone who can decipher the strange scrolls. You found some scrolls in a language you cannot decipher. You have taken them with you in the hopes that someone you encounter on your travels will be able to translate them. It's somebody in Denham, I'm guessing. Oh, a scroll banister. So we've got 3 of them now. In the Fade dwell creatures both foul and fair, but all plague mankind with lusts and prides incalculable in our waking hours. Our power attracts them, and for good reason. Our unique bridge between flesh and dreams is one way they can enter the realm of flesh. To begin the path of true power, court these poor terrible creatures and best them, force them into servitude, or pledge your heart to them. Either way you gain immense power and the means with which to tear holes in the world. Below the text scribbled in the margin are arcane symbols drawn with blood. And I believe we've got something here. The old gods. Dumont, the dragon of silence. Zazakel, the dragon of chaos. Toth, the dragon of fire, Andorel, the dragon of slaves, Erethamiel, the dragon of beauty, Razakael, the dragon of mystery, and Lusakan, the dragon of night. There were 7 old gods, great winged dragons that were said to rule over the ancient world. The Chantry maintains that they were responsible for the original sin, that they turned humanity away from its true creator through deceit. Humanity's faith faltered, and thus the Maker turned away from the world, but not before trapping the old gods in eternal prisons beneath the earth as punishment. Excuse me. Scholars assume that the old gods must indeed be real at one point, but most agree that they were likely actual dragons, ancient high dragons of a magnitude not known today, and impressive enough to frighten ancient peoples into worshipping them. Some even claim that these dragons slumber as a form of hibernation, not as a result of the Maker's wrath. Regardless of the truth, legend maintains that even in their underground prisons, the old gods were able to whisper into the minds of men. The Archon Thalassian, first of the Magisters, who claimed to have contacted the old god Dumat, used the blood magic Dumat taught him to attain incredible power in Divinta and declare himself the ruler of an empire. In return, he established the first temples worshipping the old gods, and the dragons became equated everywhere with imperial power. To date, 4 of the old gods are said to have risen as correct archdemons. Dumat, the first and most powerful, was slain at the Battle of Silent Fields. Zazakel fell at the Battle of Starkhaven. Toth died at the Battle of Hunterfell, and Underal was felled by Gaharol, the legendary Grey Warden, at the Battle of Aislay. The archdemons have been identified only after years of argument among the scholars, and to this day it is unclear whether the archdemons were truly old gods and not simply dragons. All that is known is that the Darkspawn hunt for them deep underground. If they are truly the old gods, as many scholars believe, then we have only 3 blights remaining. When all the old gods have risen and been slain, however, what will happen? Will the blights end forever and humanity earn forgiveness from the Maker at last? We shall see. From the Old Gods Rise Again by Sister Mary, Chantry Scholar, 850 Blessed. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, so we've only got 7 of them. We're on the 5th at the moment, so there's 6 more. No, 2 more. Who knows? There was something in there that I wanted to mention as well. Oh, yeah, it's the fact that these old gods are trapped, like, underground, and then the Maker's not been seen since, and it echoes a bit with what happened with the Elven gods, I feel. Like, you know, at least with the Forgotten gods. Do you think, you know, 'cause they were, like, trapped on the other side by Fenherel? Or am I just talking nonsense? I might be talking nonsense. It just, you know, it echoes a similar story, I feel. Okay. So that door's still locked. Maybe we'll find a key later. Do you think Brother Genitivi will be able to read these forgotten verses? I mean, it implies that we've got to go back to Denerim, but we'll ask him.
You're back. Have you reached the urn?
No, but I want to discuss something with you.
Oh, did you discover something fascinating within the temple?
Oh, actually, I should go. I guess not. Okay. He's like a well-respected scholar. I would have assumed he'd know. I don't know who else we'd know in Denerim who would. Okay, so we've got 3 ways to go. That looks like it's locked.
Let's get on with it then.
So it's either way. Let's go left first.
And I'm off.
Oh, there's a Bronto there. Hello. We work great together, Alistair. Oh. Mind if I do?
Drop
Oh.
right ahead. Where do I go?
I like how Win was the one who stepped over it. Like, you don't really need to move forward.
How about you then? I never liked this part.
Oh, that makes me feel bad, just hearing him cry as he dies. Garnet. Reaver. That's an injury hit. That's a spirit bomb.
If you insist.
Is there anything good in here?
And I'm off.
Into shield. Helmet. Ancient texts. Oh, another scroll of Bannister. Hell yeah. The creatures, these demons, require little in the way of bribery. Their natural state is one of longing for the world of flesh and blood. This is what you offer them. Despite on their eternal search for true life, you engage them in a battle of wills, and you will be successful. Should you fail, the power will be yours, but your body will belong to the demon. Relish this infernal power while it lasts, for once you are an abomination, your demon heart will soon swallow your mind. Below is a litany of lines written in an arcane foreign language, indecipherable to all but the most obsessed of linguists. Okay, so there's nothing there. So let's head to this little room here. Hello. Door number 2. Hell no. Oh, is this where the mages live, huh? And we're back to the cultists that just punch us. Win. Okay. Oh, I don't want to talk to you, Alistair. Please step out of the way. Dusty Scrolls. Whoa. Win. Oh, we've got a key here. A southeast chamber. I'm not sure where that opens, but we'll have a look. So there's nothing else here but this book. Sermons of Divine Renata the First.
And I'm off.
The weakness of our mortal will is the great failing of all the Maker's children. We trade our honour as if it were the cheapest of currency. We do not understand what integrity is or what it is truly worth. From this ignorance original sin was born. At some time each of us had thought, what does it matter if I keep hold of my integrity? I am but one mortal. I am powerless. How blind we all are. The virtue of a single slave destroyed the Tevinter Imperium. The dishonour of one man drove the Maker from our sight. I will tell you truly, nothing but the integrity of our hearts will win the love of the Maker back to us. It is all the power we shall ever possess to change this world for good or for ill. From a sermon on integrity. Okay. Let's talk to you, salute you.
And I'm off.
And you. Liliana, my dear. Thank you. And what's in this room? Nothing. So, okay, we've headed all this way. I don't think, but southeast. Never. So that's probably the southeastern chamber. So I've got the key for that. So let's go back and have a look. Hey guys.
Going.
Hey, I was worried for you for a second, but you're just stood like 30 feet away from them, just having a ball. That was rude of him. Didn't even yell that there'd be an ambush.
And I'm off.
The main hall key, yeah, that's the way we need to go.
Yes.
That's not fair.
Mm-hmm. Yes, of course.
We'd already unlocked the door. Why do we have to unlock them as well? So we can head straight on, but we'll probably explore the eastern side. See if there's anything good in there. Because I believe... yeah, this key opens that door. But we can head this way. See if there's anything good. Just a fallen knight, huh? Look, why have you got two sets of armor, dude? Nope, there's nothing that way. So maybe we can head back that way. There's a shortcut? I'm not sure. Hello?
Time for more practice. All right.
Oh. That seems a bit cruel. Me saying, look over there, and then chopping his head off. Okay. So there's there, which I assume we've got to set fire to. There's nothing this direction. Is there anything this direction? No. So let's attempt. The Holy Brazier. The brazier that stands atop the stairs of the great hall of our temple has always been something of a mystery to us. This is the brazier that created the beings we call ash wraiths. This is where Andraste's followers immolated themselves and became the eternal guardians of her temple. I have painstakingly pieced together information from old books and from the tales and half-truths passed down to us by our forefathers. I believe I now understand the ritual used to create the wraiths. The brazier was lit in a consecrated taper, its flame taken from the everlasting fire that long ago consumed Andraste herself. The chosen disciple would fast and pray for weeks, taking into his body nothing but a sip of water a day. When the disciple was finally ready, he would place in his mouth a flawless black pearl and step into the flames. In ancient Tevinter, black pearls were thought to be magical, able to stop the soul from passing through the veil when held in the mouth at the moment of death. Thus Andraste's disciples consigned themselves to the eternal flame. They became dust and ashes, and rose again and again to protect the most beloved of the Maker. From the Journal of Father Colgrim. Not sure if I believe that. Because aren't they demons, Ash Wraiths? Hey guys. Don't know why that's there. Ow. Jeez, I am... Oh. Liliana.
Ahead.
Okay, so there's a lot of traps that we somehow managed to miss. And some that we managed to hit.
I'll do it.
Yep.
Going.
Jeez. How many times am I gonna chop someone's head off in this temple? I think that's maybe 3 or 4.
And I'm off.
What's in here then? Let's take that. Let's head this way. And I'm not sure which way would be the best way, so let's head this way first.
Now let's see which one first.
Okay, there's not really much there. Ooh, a lesser injury kit. There's quite a few chests. Whoa! That's cheating! You can't now just decide to like, hey, fake chests. The attempt to jump? Nope. You think your puny traps will stop me? Oh, of course. The only one that's locked is probably the one that's real.
Adventure's not over yet.
That makes a little bit of sense, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh. That's 4/5.
Andraste's earthly husband, and her betrayer.
Ah. Okay, so that leads up. If I go up, can I go down the other side? If not, I might have to go back and check the other path. me have a look. Looks like it. Let's have a look-see. Yeah, so let's have a look down that side. And then head back up and go the right way.
That's our concept.
Right ahead.
So that's the Magister, is it then? Interesting. Weird that they're both in the temple though. I was gonna say maybe there won't be any that come out. Excuse me. Okay, so we're back at the center. So let us go back this way. Pick up some of the loot, the corpses that we didn't loot. So let's go, go, go. Oh, there's people behind this rock. Is it an ambush? Whirlwind! You irritate me every time you say that, Win. But I also find it really funny that you're just like, you want to be beat by an old woman? Oh, nice looking.
Here comes trouble.
Didn't even know she was there, so good on everybody else for focusing on her.
Nice try.
Okay, so excuse me.
All right.
Let's go.
Right ahead.
Dragon things, huh?
I'll do it.
Everybody follow Win.
I've defeated.
Okay, there's nothing to pick up there. Just some dead dragons.
Yes. Another point for me.
I wasn't expecting dragons in the cave. I was expecting maybe spiders. Come on.
Look over there.
Did somebody hit this guy? Where's this trap that you picked up? Okay.
As you like. Let's do this quick.
Okay, that was a little annoying. I'm not sure why for a moment nothing, like, I couldn't hit anything.
Let's do this quick, shall we?
Let's head back on to... Okay, just take a health poultice then.
Not bad. Let's do this quick, shall we? Yes.
Yeah, this bit here. Okay. Liliana, if you could open that. And then head this way. And open this one. Pick up the book as well, actually. Frostback Mountains. Even mountains had a heart once. When the world was young, Korth the Mountain Father kept his throne at the peak of the Balanas, the mountain that lies at the centre of the world, from which he could see all the corners of the earth and sky. And he saw strong men become weak, brave men grow cowardly, and wise men turn foolish for love. Korth devised a plan that he might never be betrayed by his own heart, by taking it out and hiding it where no soul could ever dare search for it. He sealed it inside a golden cask, buried it in the earth, and raised it around the fiercest mountains the world had ever seen, the Frostbacks, to guard it. But without his heart, the Mountain Father grew cruel. His chest was filled with bitter mountain winds that shrieked and howled like lost souls. Food lost its flavor, music had no sweetness, and he lost all joy in deeds of valor. He sent avalanches and earthquakes to torment the tribes of men. Gods and men rose against him, calling him a tyrant, but with no heart, Korth could not be slain. Soon there were no heroes left, either among the men or the gods, who would dare challenge Korth. The Lady of the Skies sent the best of her children, the swiftest, the cleverest, and the strongest flyers, to scour the mountains for the missing heart, and for a year and a day they searched, but sparrow and raven, vulture and eagle, swift and albatross returned to her with nothing. Then the Ptarmigan that spoke up and offered to find the god chief's heart. The other birds laughed at the don't say it twice! It is a tiny bird, too humble to soar, which spends half its time hopping along the ground. The lady would not give the little creature her blessing, for the mountains were too fierce, even for the eagles. But it set out anyway. The little bird travelled deep into the frostbacks. When she could not fly, she crawled. She hugged the ground and weathered the worst mountain winds, and so made her lonely way to the valley where the heart beat. With all the gods' terrible deeds, the heart was far too heavy for the tiny bird to carry, so she rolled it, little by little, out of the valley and down a cliff. And when the golden cast struck the earth, it shattered. The heart was full to almost bursting, and the pain of it roused the mountain god to come see what had happened. When Korth neared his heart, it leapt back into his chest, and he was whole again. Then Hakon Winter's Breath bound Korth's chest with 3 bands of iron and 3 bands of ice, so it could never again escape. And all the remaining gods named the little bird, honoured above even the loftiest eagles. The Little Bird, an Avar Tale, from Ferelden Folklore and History, by Sister Patrine, Chantry Scholar. I saw that word the first time and I was like, nope. And so it was like, let me say it 5 more times. It's probably like Tarragon or something. Oh, let me have a look. Why am I doing that? Let me see. Petrify. Yeah, let's just go Petrify, biggest one. Oops. That's what I get for turning my head away for a second. But yeah, I'm glad there's more like dragons in this game. I mean, I know it's called Dragon Age because of one specific thing, one specific dragon, but still, it's nice to see more. Okay, there's 2 paths here. Which is the correct path, huh? I would say probably this path. But we'll see. Let me have a look. Doesn't really help. Oh good, I went the wrong way. Pile of dragon pill. Stone warrior statuette. Alistair, I've got something for you. Ooh, drakes. So drakes are male dragons never develop into the winged monsters of myth. At most, their forelegs grow the vestigial spurs where wing membrane may have been. Once they have fully matured, males immediately seek out the lairs of adult females. When they find one, they move into her lair and spend the rest of their lives there, hunting for her and defending her young. They will aggressively defend her nest, and many would-be dragon hunters have been lost to their fiery breath and crushing blows from their tails. Oh dear. Something tells me them being here is not a good thing. Find a use for the drakes, said Gales. Why are there no goats? I can hear goats, but you can't see them. That's creepy. Let me just take one of them. Take one of them. Take one of them. Take one of them. And actually, do you have a thingy? You've got a wrenched limb. Let's give you a thingy to help with that. Yeah, there they all are. They're all dead, the creatures. But I'm sure in that room you could hit goats, but you couldn't see any goats. Just very weird. Hey, dude. Whoa, hey, dude. Yep, I'll take that health poultice. I'll take that. And I will take that as well. Oh, was there no way around here? Once again, I hope I go the wrong way. Nope, that looks like the right way, so let me back up. Especially seeing as we saved the game as we headed towards it. That is definitely the right way. So let's see what's up here. Hello?
We seem to be heading up. Yes, I think these caverns are going up to the surface.
Okay. So is this the quick way back? I'm assuming. Maybe. Which means we're probably heading this way when we go back. But we'll come this way anyway. I hope nobody else got caught in that trap. I was like, no.
Yes.
Could you disarm that trap, please, Liliana? And that. And that. No.
I shall.
Okay. I don't know why
Let's
I'm
get on
still
with
going
it
this
then.
way. I do believe I'm just heading all the way back. Oh, are you kidding me? Is this the right way? What was the other way then? Okay, give me a moment.
So this might sound a bit strange.
Alistair,
but
now
I
is
have
now
to
not
ask.
time.
It's a personal question.
Are you sure this is an appropriate time?
If I waited for an appropriate time, I'd never get to talk to you about anything, would I? I'm wondering about... well, about Liliana, really. It
Oh
seems
my
like
god,
the two of you
seriously?
have become quite friendly.
Yeah, I suppose we have.
I'm just curious, maybe I shouldn't be asking this, but what's going on between you two? Is it something serious?
Yes, it is serious. I love her.
Ah, I see. I can't say that I'm surprised. I guess I'd hoped it might be different, that you would... that we were...
Oh, my babe.
no point in discussing that now, is there?
I'm sorry, Alistair. I hope we can remain friends.
I hope so too. I'm very happy for you both. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Minus 15? I wasn't leading. Oh. I feel sorry for him, and I'm like, I feel really sorry that I didn't, romance you, even though I didn't flirt with you at all, and I was only like really nice to you when you gave him that flower because I thought, hey, that a friend can give flowers too. And then I did actually let you down. I was like, I'm not interested in you that way, but you were still like, oh yeah, well. And then you went to Win and started asking her about stuff, and then you went to Liliana and started asking her about stuff. And now it's just like, well, I feel sorry about not giving you like the romance because I do like romancing you, and then it's just like, well, I no longer feel bad. And I'm going to be ranting all the way here, and then we'll have to go all the way back because this will be the wrong way, won't it? It's just like a dead end, probably. Hell no. Ow. Oh shoot, I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to ignore. Leave her alone. Get back here, dumbass. Where were you going? There's nobody under the stairs. Oh, now I'm under the stairs. Look what you made me do, Alistair.
Alright.
Oh. I don't need any of these shields. Stupid shields here. But I've still got that clothing in my bag. Ugh.
And I'm off.
Oh yeah, this is a blooming
What?
Don't talk to me in that tone of voice. Where's Win gone?
As you
We've
like.
lost her.
Not quite as nimble as I was.
It's not your fault. I just got so irritated by Alistair that I
Where's
just...
the tavern?
Oh, yeah, I could do with a drink too, you know. Okay, so... where is this going? Oh, I don't like that.
Yes.
You guys got whatever you were fighting? Go, you guys. Okay, we've got quite a lot of Drake scales now. Life drinker, huh? Why is that in an egg? No one knows for certain where this amulet came from. All we have is a legend. Oh, the amulet is a life drinker. Long before the Golden City turned black, there lived in Tevinter Imperium a frail old magician in the court of the Archon. He was the least among the mages of the court, the lamplighter, whose task it was to set all the thousands of candles alight and snuff them again when the Archon retired for the evening. He was counted as useless by all the most influential magisters, but he was only biding his time. One day, when all the magisters of the Imperium were assembled in the great hall of the Archon, the lamplighter struck. He conjured a massive firestorm within the hall, trying to assassinate all who were assembled, and seize power himself. The court was made up of the most powerful mages of the Imperium, and they worked quickly to destroy the would-be usurper, but found, to their astonishment, their magic was no match for the old mage. Every spell they cast was countered, and the magisters began to fall, one by one, until only the Archon himself and the lamplighter were left, locked in a battle of magic and will. The Archon saw that with each spell he cast, the lamplighter himself seemed to wither and fade a little more, so he bombarded the mage with spell after spell, until at last nothing was left of the palace but rubble, nothing left of the corpses, and nothing left of the lamplighter but a golden pendant. This the Archon kept to remind himself that treachery could come from even the most innocuous sources. Ooh. Okay, so I'm glad we did double back. Oh, there's a book here, which I did see, and then I started talking to that one, and then I walked past it. So the first Blight, chapter 3. The world during the first Blight was different from the world we know today. Aside from the civilized rule of the Imperium, humans as a race were largely barbarous and splintered, divided into clans and tribes and squabbling amongst ourselves for resources. At the same time, deep beneath Thaddeus' great mountain ranges, spanned a dwarven culture as organized and advanced as ours was primitive. As the Darkspawn bubbled up to the surface from their underground lairs, mankind first buckled and then fought back. The armies of Tevinter attempted to face down the multitudes of twisted creatures and horrid rotting of the land around them, but they could not be everywhere at once. Human history remembers the first Blight as a time of terrible devastation, and those stories are accurate, but in our arrogance we often forget the price paid by the dwarves in their isolated mountain kingdoms. The dwarves faced far greater hordes than humanity, as the Darkspawn challenged them for control of the underground. Despite the might and technology of the dwarves brought to bear, the savage Darkspawn tore through them, first destroying the more remote taigs, before swallowing up entire kingdoms. Think of it, an entire civilization lost in the space of decades. Compared to the near genocide that the dwarves faced, what we humans call the First Blight must have seemed a mere skirmish. Against the Darkspawn, the dwarven lands have always borne the brunt of the fighting and the majority of the sacrifices. 4 dwarven kingdoms finally managed to combine their might and fight back, and that cooperation saved them. But for the rest of their lands it was too late. The Darkspawn had taken the deep roads, the majestic underground passages that linked the dwarven lands throughout Thaddeus. The Darkspawn could now attack anywhere on the surface through these tunnels. Humanity simply was not prepared for such an onslaught. It was clear that the warfare we knew would not avail us. We had to find a new way to fight. Thus came our salvation. The Grey Wardens were born. from the Tales of the Destruction of Thedas by Brother Genitivi, Chantry Scholar. Okay. But at least I no longer feel sad about about deciding not to date Alistair, because he's such a sad puppy. And then the conversation ends, and I get -15 from him, and it's just like, well, that's not nice. I never led him on, you know. But, you know. And then I ignored him so thoroughly, I let him and Wynne die, which makes me feel bad. Okay, this looks like we're back at a temple now. So let's go and talk to this guy. Whoa, guys, stop doing that. Hello?
Stop! You will go no further!
You think you can stop us? Yeah, oh, is that so?
You have defiled our temple. You have spilled the blood of the faithful and slaughtered our young. No more! You will tell me now, intruder, why you have done all this. Why have you come here?
I've come, yeah, I don't know whether they would actually hurt anybody. Because, I mean, they've been here for like 100 years at least. So I've come for this urn of sacred ashes.
You did this all for an ancient relic. Know this, stranger. The prophet Andraste has overcome death itself, and has returned to her faithful in a form more radiant than you can imagine. Not even the Tevinter Imperium could hope to slay her now. What hope do you have?
Will you accept an apology then? I don't think so. You're mad. Andraste is dead.
You know nothing! Andraste revealed
Jeez,
herself to us!
dude.
We are her chosen!
We're not even...
To arms, my brethren! Andraste will grant us victory!
Okay. Personal space. Personal space. Personal space. He's like less than 5 feet away from me and he's screaming in my face. Okay, so let's do this. And then this. And then let's go deal with these mages. Ugh. Drink a poultice and just acid flask. Sorry guys, you followed me. That was your mistake. Could you heal me please? Thank you. Where's the heal? Give me a bit of heal. There we go. And then let's get this guy. He was not a nice guy. But he's gone now. That was easy. I feel like I cut that conversation short. So that's definitely the way. Is there anywhere else in here? I do not believe so. Let's see what's outside. Silly Hat Club. Oh, a dragon, huh? Okay. So she is sleeping. Which I guess means that hopefully she won't attack us. Unless we choose to attack her. But I think we will leave this episode here. I can't see the dragon. I don't know where it landed. But I'm sure that's not the last we've seen on it. Is it there? I'm not sure. But anyway, I will see you guys next episode. Where we will hopefully see that dragon again. It's always nice seeing a dragon in Dragon Age. Maybe we'll get the Urn of Sacred Ashes. Who knows? I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.